What's up, everyone? Brian here with ETM 540 Clubhouse, coming to you from the home shop. And yeah, we're going to get into a little bit more of working on the old Chrysler carburetor. And Rhonda's going to come out actually and join us and do a little bit of work on her pretty Yamaha motorcycle, her AT1 125, her 69er, and do a little carburetor cleanup on that as well, because since we've gotten it back from the motor rebuild, it's ran, but it hasn't ran quite good yet. So we want to get it to where it's dialed and it feels good, and to where we can just kind of put it around, because it is just a beautiful, beautiful bike. So, but before we get into all that, I just want to go ahead and address the elephant in the room, because, I've actually heard it from a few people the past couple days. Yes, I am wearing a long sleeve. It's starting to get a little bit colder around here. The weather is getting a little bit chillier. So I figured it's time to, I just put on a little thermal. I normally don't do that. I mean, it's California, but I just wanted to throw it out there. It's just getting colder. So just, it's no big deal. But anyways, let's start ripping into these things. Rhonda's going to join us here in a little bit. And that way, once we get that Chrysler carburetor rebuilt, which we got the whole kit for, then we can go ahead and slap it back on, put the choke on. We're gonna wire that up, and hopefully that's gonna dial us in to where we can start rocking that car again and get it somewhere in this space. We're gonna make it fit somehow. It's 18 feet long, so it's gonna be a little crazy. But anyways, stop talking and get to work. Come on. Why? It's work. All right. And for those of you who are running a Edelbrock 4-bell carb, I was pretty stoked to learn that you can learn the coding of your carburetor by these 8 numbers. Actually, you kind of just need the first ones up there, the 14, 10, and get a nice rebuild kit. Of course, we got this one off of Amazon. Oh, they haven't failed me yet. I may see the freaking Amazon thing, but honestly, their stuff works and it functions for what we're doing. So anyways, and I think it was literally $20, $21 or something like that. It was cheap, and it may be cheap material, I don't know, but I mean, we got the floats, we got the accelerator pump, which all of you told me to do. I mean, everything is in there. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna if we see it and it's on there and it needs to be replaced, we're just gonna replace it, because I'm tired of dealing with this thing. I'm sure you guys are tired of me dealing with this thing. And we just want to see it run smooth. And then we can move on to the other stuff we want to do to the Chrysler. And the cool thing is that some of the other stuff we want to do to the Chrysler consists of modifications, like lowering the rear end for now until we can afford to do the bags. We want to just kind of do a small little 2-inch drop in the rear. Put on new shocks, new wheels and tires, and some other surprises. I don't want to give up too much because it's going to be a long-term project. But in the meantime, we can drive it. That's the great thing about it. It's not like the Nissan or the Nash where it needs a crap load of work. It's functioning, it's insured, it's licensed, it's registered, and we're ready to go. So why am I still? God dang! I keep freaking talking. Okay, now let's get to didn't do it that time. All right, let's go. So we are going to start with a pretty standard teardown of this sucker. You guys have seen us do it before, so we're just going to go after it and get it all completely ripped down to nothing. So let's do it. Rhonda's in the house.
Supposed to warn me.
I didn't. It's better off that way. So Rhonda's going to get jamming like I said earlier, on her AT1 125. Get that carb going so she can zoom, vroom, around the old neighborhood. Legally, of course. I mean, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, and see about getting that jamming. So we're gonna get her set up in a little zone to where we can get this thing torn off and torn apart. So we're gonna take a little break from the Chrysler carb and get on this. There it is. That one.
Not
Yeah.
That one, the other one.
That one. Wait. There we go. All right, I got it now. Perfect. So I don't think we have featured this bike yet, actually, because it's pretty much been stored here a majority of the time. And although you guys most definitely have seen plenty of the Wasteland Weekend Predator 212 conversion project, this one's just kind of been hanging out. So this is, what do you call this one, Rhonda? The angel, the sister, the good sister?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's not the evil twin.
It's not, there you go, not the evil twin. So this is a survivor condition 1969 Yamaha AT1 125, and it has the oil injection. It's 2-stroke street legal enduro, and it's oil injected so you don't mix the gas. There's actually a little oil tank right there, and you just throw in your gas, throw in your oil. There's the caps under the seat, and then it premixes. So there it is right there. And it's just kind of like an interesting bike because in order to start it, you actually have to have a charged battery. It will not start without that. And when it gets going, though, it sounds like a little ripper. It's awesome, and it's in great condition. We actually have some new tires, front and back, to put on it that we haven't done yet. And with how we fought the tire over on that one, who knows when we'll get to it.
Today.
So, yeah, like I said, we haven't done anything with the carb since it's been rebuilt. It needs to be cleaned again because it's been sitting. And then hopefully once that carb's rebuilt, it will run better. But yeah, this thing's a beast and it's awesome. And matter of fact, with that bike, we were able to take all the parts that this bike was missing for the sake of it remaining a survivor bike and put it on that, like the rear view mirror and some of the deflectors and all that stuff. But I mean, OG 7,575 miles, right? Is that right? I believe so. I think so. I don't know. Something like that. Number. Yeah. So yeah, but she's a beaut. She's a beaut, Clark. So yeah, so let's pull that carb and get this biscuit rocking. Hiya! Yeah, so the carburetor system that's hooked up on this, even though it's got the oil injection actually goes through a different part of the motor. It doesn't even go through the carburetor. So the carb is hooked up just like any other 4-stroke. So it makes it really easy just to take on and off, which is quite nice because you would think that with an oil injection system, it would kind of mix in the carb, but it doesn't. So I'd actually like to find out the true way of how it works, but yeah, that takes research. And I don't want to research. Well, at least right now. So when we first started rebuilding this bike, it actually had like a cylinder slap. And I was thinking, all right, maybe it's just because it hadn't ran for a while. You know, maybe there was some rust in the, or some surface rust in the cylinder. Turns out it needed to be bored out. So it's actually bored out. I can't remember how much, like 60 over or something. I don't know. I don't know that stuff yet. I'm not there. But anyways, when it was rebuilt by our buddy Rich, he basically bored it out to a 175. So It technically is a DT1, or I'm sorry, an AT1 125 with the size engine of one of the DT 175 engines. So if you guys know your Yamahas, you know that those are the bigger Enduros that they made they came in like orange and blue and all that stuff. But we like this one better because it's cool. So anyways, back to the thing, to the pretty one. Back to the pretty one. All right, so now that that's all unhooked, now just pull out from that side, pop it off, boom, and just fall into a bunch of pieces. Technically, that's supposed to go up underneath the air filter box, but it's fine. We'll have to just reattach it. But there we go, carbs out. Easy peasy. So now we gotta take her apart. And, oh yeah, she's got, oh, it's a little fibber.
The yellow one.
It's a little, oh,
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, bye. Oh God, it just went straight to the ground. Oh, and she's back. All right. Well, bye, Feather. So now we just got to take that apart a little bit and just check inside the float bowls and everything. You can see that there's some gunk on the bottom, and that's probably from the gasket. We allowed it to sit in there, and then we'll inspect it and see what happens. Clean her up.
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget. Let's do it. Yeah, no, that towel is boring. Get a towel that you think would be functional for what we're doing. You know how we roll? I didn't want her to reuse something that's, somewhat decent. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll work too. All right. Perfect. Okay. Well, I mean, technically it does match the era that the bike is from. Peace, man. So, yep, those four, and then take them off. That one first, then that one, then that one, then that one. So that doesn't look too bad. I mean, it is a little bit gunked up. I bet you it's probably just in the jets where we need to clean it. But for the most part, it's pretty dang clean. So we don't need to do too much cleanup on it. So I don't think we need to fully rip it apart, which is great. Makes it a lot easier. So we're gonna spray this sucker. For the most part, all the ports were pretty clear, which is good. So I think, like I said, rather than rebuilding or going crazy on the whole thing, we are going to just go ahead and run it. I am going to check the float because that stuck a little bit there. The float seems to be good. It's still got some spring to it. Everything else seems to be functioning. I think it just sat for too long. So good news is that, it's still functional. So yeah, so we sprayed out all the ports, and now I think we'll just go ahead and put it back together and put it back on and see what happens. Let's do it.
Do I have to torque it to the right amount of specified torquey bops and woozies, does it?
Yep. Yeah, it's called tighten it till you feel like it's good.
Okay, so torque.
Yeah.
To
Yep.
taste.
Yep.
Torque to taste?
Torque to touch. Torque to, I don't know.
Tortellini?
Just run it down till it feels good.
Well, the problem is these little screws are kind of...
I know, I might have not given you the greatest Phillips head screwdriver. But
and the screws are a little bit like they've been slipped before already.
Yeah. Yep. This carb has seen some stuff. Hey, you don't know what I've seen. You don't know what I've seen. You don't know. And that is no joke against the people who say that. They've seen a lot. Respect your elders.
Respect your elders. You don't know what they've seen.
Yeah, yeah, because you don't know what they've seen. All right, cool. Yep, she's clean. for the most part. I think we just let it sat for too long. I think it just sat for too long, and yeah, we didn't start it on a regular basis. So we're gonna plop this thing back in, and I think we need to run some fresh fuel through her and go from there. But yeah, let's just get it back on there. So for the longest time, I never really paid attention until I really started rebuilding a lot of carbs. This right here is your idle control slot, and that needs to line up with your idle control screw. So
Right as that.
yeah,
Right there.
yeah, that other one, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the longest time, I just was like hoping and praying it would fit in properly until I realized that there's actually a method to the madness. So once you get it dialed in and straight, and that one isn't on yet.
It is.
No, it didn't slip down.
It did.
Yeah, usually it'll actually do a full slip all the way down.
Well,
there you go.
Pressure's on it.
Oh, cool. I wonder why it's not. Usually it shouldn't take having to push it though. So maybe.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not
there
down.
It is. No, it is.
Oh, there we go. Now it is. All right, now it's in. Yeah, just need a little extra loving. But yeah, if you don't have that in the right position, it is not going to function well for you. So. So, carbs back on. We are not going to put the air cleaner boot on yet because you have to get that from inside the airbox cleaner, and we got to drop that oil tank. So we're gonna try and start it up and see what happens now that she's got some clean ports and whatnot. So let's do it.
Put gas in it.
There's gas in it. Yeah, it might be a little sticky, and we might actually have to end up cleaning the old pet cock. Pet cock.
It's like a chicken, but it's not. It's a boy.
Yeah, it's a pet. Key on, and you know what? Now that I'm seeing that there's no flame, I'm not sure if it's going to fire up, but we'll see. So, just give her a few kicks. Let's see what happens.
Well, at least I am. Put a trickle charger on it.
She sounds tight. Oh. Yeah, it's actually we're gonna have to put her on the charger. We're gonna have to clean the other carburetor, put this on a charger first, and then get a little battery fluid or a little voltage. We need voltage. We need some voltage, and then we'll try it. Because for the longest time, when I first started working on this thing a while ago, it was bugging me that it wasn't starting, and then I found out that you have to have a full circuit through the battery, believe it or not. So if you don't have that full circuit going all the way through, you are not getting spark to your spark plug. So we'll just set up a little charger on this thing, trickle it, and then go from there. Hopefully by the time the Chrysler, the thingy over there is done, this will be ready for another little kick by you, beautiful. So these horses, they are, I believe, yeah, they're 6 volt. Oh no, this is 12. I stand corrected. It's a 12 volter. But anyways, our charger, Rhonda's little Harley trickle charger. It's got like all these crazy settings on it and whatnot, but it's supposed to be automatic. So I'm gonna have Rhonda hook those terminals up. Let's see what it does. Just out of curiosity, I want to see.
Negative first, positive first.
Do the positive first. No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't do it. I can't get her. And then that positive. Okay, it turned red, and it put us on. I can't read what that is. I think just normal. I think
normal 12V.
Yeah, so it's a normal 12-volt battery. So there you go. And since it's red and flashing, that means it's charging. So we'll just wait for it to charge up and go from there. So in the meantime, Rhonda's gonna get that boot back on the old carb and air cleaner because it is a bitch. Yeah. So there we go. Our Wasteland parts bike, it actually ended up having this toolbox, this sweet ass little toolbox on it, and it was another part that this bike was missing, and we didn't realize it until right before Wasteland, and so we pulled it off, and Rhonda's gonna put it on there, but it is missing a couple parts. We're gonna have to modify it a little bit because with the area that it goes into, it actually requires a like rubber type seal thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out though. She's got this.
The bolt and those wires.
Yeah, so she was actually able to slip it in there real easy. So that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it has room for those and those wires. So
yeah. So long as
I didn't put the washer back on.
Yeah, you're gonna need something in there because the holes are so big. So you got to find a way to make it work. To where it's
well,
gonna
it has that spacer and everything too. So.
Yeah.
So washer
on the outside.
Side,
yeah.
and screw right into there, and boom chakalaka.
Yeah.
But then that messes it up where those little wires are. So I might have to
move the cables.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's look into moving those out of the way and.
It goes to that whole thing that you had.
Yeah. Oh, they unplug.
So
cool.
Unplug it, slide them out?
Yep, unplug them right there. And then, yeah, slide them out and then plug them back in. Okay. And then we have to fix that anyways. That's the brake control module.
Okay.
Or relay. And so we got to readjust that thing anyways. So you can just leave them unplugged, if anything.
How do you want me to mark them?
They should... Ooh, yeah. I guess they give us 2 black wires, huh?
Yeah. Give me a couple pieces of red tape and I'll put them on this one.
Or just unplug one at a time and then plug it back in.
Okay.
Yeah, just do it that way. And then just leave the whole thing unhooked because we got to readjust on that too. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Sweet. So, toolbox is in. Battery is still charging. Probably gonna take a while. It's been not turned on for a while, and but that's sweet. Ron did an awesome job getting that in. And now we got a little yummy toolbox, which is killer, and it's in the same survivor condition as the rest of the bike, so it matches up perfectly. Sweet. So yeah, can wait for that battery to charge and go from there. So in the meantime, we're gonna keep going on this because I've been periodically off and on working on this thing. There's a lot of moving parts. So before I start like doing any type of commentary is type stuff, I'm only gonna do it if it's interesting in any way. I'm just gonna go for it because there's just so much involved. So yeah, let's freaking knock this thing out. And let me tell you, there's like, I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to keep it to where I remember what goes where and what I put on and replace and what didn't, and just freaking so much. But anyways, let's just do it. And actually, I just saw something really funny that I'm going to bring up to Rhonda right now that I just noticed and is freaking hilarious. Check this out. Someone darn put googly eyes on our water heater. Oh my goodness. That is freaking hilarious. I love it. So good. Did you put googly eyes on our water heater? I literally just noticed as I was filming myself talking, and I'm like, someone put googly eyes on our darn water heater.
Guilty.
That's freaking hilarious. It looks so good too. I love it.
Yeah.
That's great. So the top side is rebuilt, and some of it was just a total pain in the ass farts. Some of the newer pieces weren't going into the threads very well, and it was wanting to cross thread, so I said, screw it, I'm just going to replace what I can, and I cleaned out the old parts. But I was able to replace the floats and what everyone told me to do, which is the accelerator pump right there. I do have a new spring to put in it as well. Who knows, the old spring could have been worn out. It seems like it's pretty old carb. And then I cleaned everything out as best as possible. So with that, we're going to replace as many parts off the bottom that we can. I mean, for the most part, it's not, if you guys watched the last time we did this, the whole inside of the bowls were filled with mud. And now they don't look too bad. There is a little bit in there, but not nearly as bad as before. So we may just do a little cleanup on this side and then hope for the best. But I mean, that was the main piece I wanted to get in, was that accelerator pump. So let's just go ahead and take some stuff off, and then we'll see how deep we want to dig into it. So let's do it. Oh yeah, and in the process of when we went to Wasteland, I actually snapped the ears off of this guy. I felt so bad. And so Rhonda's been replacing and modifying him back to health. So, and he's looking good, because that is a sweet little, what do you call those? Hood ornaments. But this one would be a fender ornament, right? So that thing is perfect for that bike. I mean, look how beautiful this thing is. Come on. If you haven't watched the build videos on this, you got to watch it. It was fun. So, such a cool bike. All right, so I had to show this.
What?
Thanks to Mama Roberta, Rhonda's ma. She was doing a clean out of a bunch of her crafting stuff, and hooked Rhonda up with just stacks upon stacks of paint, which is amazing. And so now Rhonda's going through and making her own custom colors, and in the process, doing a little finger painting. Yeah. So thank you, Mama Berta, for all the amazing paints and whatnot, because I know Rhonda's going to get tons of fun out of those things. So, but it's just awesome seeing this. Just look at this stack.
This is my process, man.
It's freaking great. So we got to wait for the battery, and we got this thing to complete. So might as well fill in the time with little miniature do's and who's a do's and woo's a woos. So let's get back to this biscuit. Well, we've done is about as much as we can, I think. So I'm going to run these screws down and put all the connecting rods back on. Take one last little look at our choke before we put it back on the car. And then I think we're going to shoot to the shop and throw this sucker on and see if it performs. Rhonda always keeps us entertained with interesting things, so she just came up with what kind of EDM style crazy hand toy thing you got going on over here?
Shaking my paint.
Oh, it's a paint shaker. It looks functional. All right. How much tape did it take to put that on there?
Just one little swoop.
Oh, actually, that's not bad. I thought it was a lot more.
Oh no, dollar store duct tape. Doesn't matter.
You look like from a distance, it looked like you were going to a rave or something. Putting these last 2 rods on can be a real son of a monkey fart. So let's see how well this goes. Because I always tend to forget where they went.
Alright, so you hook up there.
There we go. Alright. So there's that. And then you... Ooh, yeah, you guys might have been right about that accelerator bump. Because that feels pretty good. But we will see.
This biscuit. Oh yeah, you're down here.
There she is. All right. Okay, so there's that. Yep, sometimes when you're waiting for a battery to charge, you just gotta sit in the hot rod, edit, and watch your girl struggle with paints. She's got so much going on. Oh, goodness. Yeah, if she's happy, I'm happy. So in the process of waiting for that battery to charge, Rhonda, she got impatient and decided to fire up the Wasteland bike. So I want to see if this thing can do a burnout. Nope. Maybe not. Although, ow. It did do. It's got some torque. All right, let's try it again. Hang on. What's that?
My first baby burnout.
Yeah! You done good, girl. You done good. I just noticed how the bike, there's so much torque in the engine when you rev it that you can see it shift. Wait, you got what?
Motorcycle vapors in my nose.
Do you have to sneeze again?
No.
Dang it. Are you sure?
Motorcycle vapors.
Well, that was fun. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, now that we've done all that other unnecessary nonsense and seriously.
Squirrel! Yeah. Goddamn squirrel! Looking everywhere.
And now that we're still waiting on that to charge.
Squirrel!
Wait, what happened?
Squirrel! Squirrel!
So now that all that, yeah, did she did get the paint done? But now that we did all the other stuff that has nothing to do with what this video is about,
I spilled some.
now we're gonna go get some food because we have to wait for that battery to charge. So we're probably not gonna get back on putting that carb back into the Chrysler and firing this up until tomorrow morning. But Rhonda's proud of herself with all of her. She did a crazy art project and she just washed her hands and now they're dirty again. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, so we're gonna go eat and wine and dine. Well, she's gonna wine. I'm just gonna dine.
You whine.
Not that type of wine. She's gonna. So yeah, so we're gonna go get some food, and yeah, and then chill for the rest of the night. So, but yeah, we'll finish up tomorrow in the morning. Sounds like a plan. Rhonda said, "Take me somewhere fancy," so I took her to the Cracker Barrel.
We're going to the Crackle Barrel.
You can't say that word. Cracker barrel. Crackle barrel. I don't know. Crackle barrel boots.
That's how we roll.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Come on. Wow.
Yeah.
What is this?
Exit the gift shop. Oh wait, there's Grinch.
What? How would Grinch? Oh.
What the frack?
Snap. It suits my small heart.
Nothing like the old Cracker Barrel. You got the old John Deere. The old John Deere. And another, oh, there it is. A little blue bike up there. Looks pretty rad. I don't have my darn glasses on, so I can't tell where it is. Yeah. Had to do it, sorry. All right. Good old comfort food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's right. Mac and cheese.
Are you trying to take a picture? The
That's a video.
The
Yeah.
carnage on that side's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we didn't like it at all. It wasn't good at all. No.
Stuck to my diet though. I have water.
Oops. Oh, that's funny. This is a very bad place for us. Because there is just... Oh my gosh. Oh, a classic mix. Just stuff everywhere. Jeez. Yep, this is my weak spot. And Rhonda's already got the battery in the Yami. So, we're gonna get that thing jamming. Give it a little fire up. And then head to the shop. Do a little quick Chrysler, how do you say that? Little Chrysler carb reinstallation and see how that thing goes. So, it's just luck. I hope it all works out. Oh, we got lights. Sweet. And let's see if this thing will fire off on us. Oh. Oh. Zero fuel on that side of the tank. So that would also help too. Our fuel tank's at the shop, and we'll grab that and fill up the tank. And then it doesn't go with a fresh tank of fuel. Then it's this, not pushing fluids through. And we can always test that right now if we want. Yeah.
What's full fuel?
Yeah. So, because there's a little bit in there, but there's not a ton. Okay, so we need to get a fresh tank of fuel in that, and then if that doesn't fire after that, then it's going to be the petcock needs a little bit of a clean out. So we're just going to go to the shop because that's where our fuel's at from Wasteland. We got a full tank there. Grab that, put the carb back in the Chrysler, bring that fuel back, fire this thing up, and call it a freaking day. Yeah, sounds about right. We're back at the shop. Rhonda's doing a little Nissan Patrol upholstery cleanup with some Murphys. And I'm going to slap this carburetor on really quick. But I'm a freaking dumbass because I forgot the keys to the Chrysler. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to instantly start it right back up. But I'm probably going to jam home really quick and grab them just because. Gotta have the keys, man. But at least for now, we can slap the car back on really quick. All right, bloody zippity. I'm in here. Just remember, we're actually going to do the choke too. So, what I'm going to do, and I saw this on some forums, is so from our positive side, we can actually hook it up to our ballast right here, and that should give us exactly what we need in order to get that working. So we're going to try that one, and then probably just do a direct ground to either the battery or, yeah, we'll have to take a look and see if there's something else we can ground to. But yeah, that should function well. right, so the choke is hooked up. Went from, and this is what I was telling you earlier that I saw in the forums, from the positive to that relay, and then for the negative, I just hooked that up to this negative that's hooked up directly to the battery. So my dumbass is gonna go get the keys, and that way we can fire it up and see what happens. So I got the old keys, headed back, but we had to do a little a little detour. Well, I did a little detour. Yeah, gotta eat. Oh, look at that. Little 24 window or 12 window. What do you call them? I don't know, Sambas? Oh, nice little V-dubs. Sweet. Almost there. All right. Bellies are full. So now we're going to turn the key on this thing, make sure that nothing starts smoking, and then hopefully all functions the way that it's supposed to and intended to. So, but everything's hooked up, battery's hooked up, Rhonda's hooked up, and then I'm gonna set this camera down, and you guys are gonna tell me if anything catches on fire.
Wait, where's the supplies?
Don't forget to tell me which ones.
Where's the fire supplies?
Fire supplies are behind you.
Okay.
So, remember, if you see smoke and it catches fire, let me know. All right. Fire in the hole. We're going to start by turning the accessory ignition on. See if we hear it. Come on. Well, nothing's smoking yet. Don't see the choke moving. So there is a chance that that is bad. But it doesn't mean we can't still start it. It does mean that we can't start it because we don't even have that hooked up yet. Probably remember to hook up your return spring so you don't almost blow up your engine. All right, so even after all that, the full rebuild, the clean again, well, not full rebuild, just partial rebuild. Now all of a sudden the floats and the bowls are stuck and they're filling up and completely loading the carb up with gas. So I've been like pretty consistently fighting this carburetor. So I think it's time that we just go ahead and bite the bullet and either buy a brand new carb or just look for one used somewhere, either on Marketplace or going to a junkyard or something like that. I mean, we have the stock one, but I don't know how good a condition that one's in. But we're just gonna have to play around with it some more. So now I'm shutting it down because I'm just frustrated, and when I get frustrated, it's not good. So at least we can, at this point, go and see about that old Yami. Throw some fuel in it and get a win. All right, let's do that. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm pretty freaking frustrated at this point. I seriously need a win, just something. So, let's load this thing up with gas, see what happens. Yeah, there's some craziness going on over there. see what happens. Don't pull the throttle. Leaking. It is a little bit. Unless it was already there.
Got exhaust.
Whew. It's all right. Oh, please. Please. Ah. Can it actually be happening? Yeah, she smoked a little. But she's running.
See?
There's no clutch.
clutch go? Has there always been no clutch?
No. No, this thing has always worked. Why is there all of a sudden no clutch? Oh my god. One more. Yeah, that's not good. Ooh. Last time we rode it, it had a clutch. It worked perfectly fine. Screw freaking old crap. I'm buying all new stuff now. So over old stuff.
Good to know now than later.
Gosh dang it. So she runs, but she has no clutch all of a sudden. But the last time we rode it, it had a clutch.
It had a clutch, I remember.
It had a clutch. I don't know how overnight all of a sudden the clutch can just be like, bye-bye. Well, actually, it wouldn't have been overnight. It was a while ago. So you know what? That's all I gotta say. I mean, I'm glad it started. It actually sounds good. It's smoking a bit, but of course the oil that's been in there has been in there for a while. I'm sure some of the injector stuff needs to kind of push its way through. At least it ran and it sounded good, right? It sounded good.
Sounded good.
So we're gonna leave it at that. And it's just, I'm freaking done. I'm so done. So we got some more stuff happening and somewhat, yeah, done. So anyways, we had fun though. So in light of all that, thank you guys for all your support and awesomeness, even though lately we've been suffering with some duds, but hey, it's all part of the learning experience, right?
Projects become projects become projects.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it any better. So anyways, thank you guys so much for all the support. Next week, we'll get on some other items. I don't know specifically what. I mean, it's Thanksgiving and all that, so we got some stuff going on with that, but we also have a 3-day weekend. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, thank you guys all so much for the support, comments, likes, all the new subscribers. We love you guys. You're awesome. And we will see you in the next one. Yeah. Ow. Ow.
Feel something?
Yeah. That hurt. Anyways, gotta go.
Here's nice.